Christmas 2024. Blimey, are all the years going by faster? Are policemen getting younger? Have wagon wheel biscuits gotten smaller? Or are we just spiralling quickly out of youth age? Time to take a look at this year. Oh, and an important message at the end. Hello and welcome to AAR on Air. Yes, that was another year gone by in the blink of an eye, and here I am again reflecting back on the year, my favourite airgun related items, what has happened in the AAR camp and what the future has in store. Well, straight away you can tell I'm not sat in a damp, cold UK worried about my £300 winter fuel allowance and wondering what our elected leader is planning next while sat in his gifted penthouse suite. I must stress that this is a rented place and paid for by myself as always, but that's enough of a topical look back at the UK political scene. Other than, at least they haven't taken away our air guns, so far at least. And no, I'm not privy to any secret information. The only thing to point out is the same thing I always say. Don't give them any reason to have a go at us. Keep your guns safe, use them safely, don't mess about with the power levels. 12 foot-pounds is the law in the UK, whether you agree with it or not. And of course, 6 foot-pound for pistols. It only takes one idiot to spoil it for everyone else. Anyway, enough of the doom and gloom. It has been a year of some amazing stuff, with companies constantly trying to introduce new things and even reinvent some of the old things to whet our appetite with. There have been a bunch of truly excellent replica guns from the guys and girls at Umrex, including the new 1911s, a whole host of Glock 17s. Surely there's got to be one for everybody's taste and requirement by now. The Walther PDP Compact and the Colt SAA Smoke Wagon, and my personal favourite from the Umrex stable, the Smith & Wesson 629 Competitor, a real Mester's gun and a proper handful. I love it, and I've got one, and I would urge anyone to get hold of one and then tell me what you think, probably just as you're getting your wallet out. It wasn't just Umrex who introduced the new replicas into the scene. ASG also brought out the terrific Barrett 1866 shell ejecting rifle, and this one I loved. It is an alternative design with its octagonal barrel shape, and the rifle I had for testing had done the rounds at the Iowa show and was still working absolutely faultlessly. A real testament to the build quality. And before we leave the replica part, it would be wrong of me not to mention the Baba Yagas. These are amazing feeling pistols, made famous of course by the John Wick's movies. Great quality, weight and feel, and they very quickly went into short supply, not surprisingly, following a huge demand. But I believe they're available again now. Well, that's kind of the reinvent section. What about the new stuff that hit the scene? Well, there's been a lot of manufacturers updating some of their range or bringing out limited or special editions. But the two newcomers to the market that got my full attention was the Caliber Gun Snipe and the Epic 2. Both of these are truly new rifles. The Snipe is tactical style, but with a lot of individualistic features, such as the super smooth straight pull action. I tested the full power FAC version, and in 2.2 caliber it saw 67 foot-pounds of energy, sending a standard Diablo pellet out of the barrel at 1450 feet per second, waking up the people 3 villages away with the sonic boom. Yes, it was done because I could, and it needed much heavier weighted slugs through the amazingly accurate CZ barrel to get a more acceptable speed and power. And it needed much heavier weighted slugs through the amazingly accurate CZ barrel to get a more acceptable speed and not lose any of that amazing power level. Naturally, it is available in the sub 12 foot-pounds and is just as accurate, probably a bit more so over the distances that you would associate with a sub 12 foot-pound rifle. This was on the Vector Air range at the Great British Shooting Show in Birmingham and raised an awful lot of interest. My second choice of best newcomer was also on the range in Birmingham and probably surpassed the Snipe for the amount of interest it gained, the Epic 2. This truly takes the airgun construction and quality to a whole new level, rarely seen in this industry. No, it isn't budget. It is a modular piece of excellence that some can afford and others may simply aspire to own. Then again, I'm not sure what a low mileage Y fetches on the open market these days. Should you wish to try and trade in the missus for one. They are amazing rifles with superb accuracy and have found themselves in many competitions and, in the right hands of the right people, have certainly won some very prestigious prizes. Vector Air did create a limited run of their very own VA Target Edition that generated more interest than I've ever seen in a high-end rifle before. In terms of a favourite newcomer, this has to take the top spot, and I can only see this gaining more and more of a fan base as more people are fortunate enough to get hold of or own one of these multi-adjustable and almost infinitely personalisable top draw rifles. I've shot them in several forms and power levels and not one has disappointed. They are all superb. Then, right at the end of the year, Epic released their Epic 1 bullpup. Again, super modular and customizable to suit everyone's preferences and naturally unquestionable construction quality and super accuracy. What about pistols then? Well, last year I said I really liked the Rexim X Mito. Indeed, I made it my pistol of the year and it really is a great little tool. Again, generating a load of interest at the Great British Shooting Show. Well, AGT have burst onto the scene with an awesome pistol in the shape of the Manul. Strange name, but superb pistol. This is the tool that is going to be used in the Fly Vasectomy Clinic for their precision work. And there's one or two around here I think I could use it on. It is easily capable of outshooting the shooter, and indeed the weak link is most definitely the person holding it, and I very much include myself in that statement. It is very capable of making you look a lot better than you probably are, and with the right red dot and silencer fitted, it will do it consistently and stealthily. Again, this isn't in the budget category, but quality of this level very rarely is. So without a doubt, this would be my pistol of the year for 2024. Well done, AGT, superb job. At this point, I'd like to give a mention to a couple of scopes that I fell for in 2024, but this time you really do get a very high quality in what I would certainly class as budget money. The Orion 3-18x44 first focal plane with a 30mm tube. It is a zero-stop lanthanum coated scope that is as bright as you can imagine, with a superb magnification range, and all for less than £200. I used this on a lot of rifle tests this year, and the difference a great scope makes like this to your overall shooting experience is very measurable. The other is the truly amazing Top Trumps winning 34mm tubed 4-16x44 Taurus. Again, zero stop and first focal plane, which is as bright as you would like, resembling a widescreen TV with that amazing 34mm tube, and even has a bigger sibling in the 6-24x50. Again with 34mm tube, and both of these can be had for less than or around £250. Now this price had me checking with several people to be sure it was right, because these are every bit a £400 plus scope. I could look forward to 2025, but it's already shaping up to be a terrific year, with Epic and Caliber Gun already providing a couple of new rifles that are truly amazing, and I have already completed the reviews of both of these, and you are going to love them. There is so much more coming down the line, but I don't want to spoil the surprise. Naturally, we will be at the Great British Shooting Show again in February, which incidentally is on and around Valentine's Day. So Mrs. AAR will be at the show with me. Boy, I know how to treat a woman, you know. Anyway, can I get rid of this? I did say at the start of this program there was going to be an announcement. Well, 2024 has been a very busy year. Very busy, and I'm often known for burning the candle at both ends. But this year it felt like I'd set fire to the middle as well, just for good measure. Well, running at this kind of pace eventually means there is a price to pay, and it seems it possibly has. Towards the back end of the year, all this came to a bit of a head and resulted in somewhat of a health scare, shall we say. And after seeing a cardiologist and several sets of tests, it was agreed that slowing down would probably be a good idea. I've been running the channel now for around 8 years, and in that entire time I have never missed a single Friday release. Not one. Through holidays, illness, COVID, personal family matters, rain or shine, there's always been an AAR on air program released every Friday morning. Some of you will know it takes an awful lot of time and effort to produce these to the standard that I want, and you also have to have very broad shoulders to fend off the utter oxygen thieves who are determined to try to derail you. Well, to those guys I can say good luck with that one. To the 250,000 subscribers, I say a massive thank you for your support. Blimey, the channel is now over 250,000 subscribers. I don't suppose that's a bad achievement, really, is it? I never did this for fame or fortune. I did it for my love of the sport and the people who genuinely enjoy shooting air weapons. Now, don't worry, I'm not looking to retire or throw in the towel. Just maybe slow it down a little bit. I will still be reviewing guns, but I won't be pushing myself to hit deadlines and content volume levels or worrying about YouTube algorithms, because a channel like this doesn't meet their model. I know. I've had 3 YouTube partners supplied by YouTube themselves and they were all at a loss and simply read their scripts to me. They were probably hoping somewhere an Airgun channel would fit in the puppy dogs and kittens shorts. Well, I can tell you with some experience and authority, it definitely doesn't. Incidentally, a while ago, I produced a program about how to be successful on YouTube. If any of you want me to release that, let me know in the comments. Moving forward, I will be a little more relaxed about the whole target achieving thing and will produce content at my preferred pace, which may well mean 1 a week if there is something of very real interest, or it may mean less if I'm going on holiday or under the weather. I won't be busting a gut to make sure there is enough content to keep the YouTube beast fed every Friday. Hopefully it means the programs may well take a slightly different twist from time to time, while sticking to what is essentially me and my sense of humour, thought and, dare I say, style of production. The best thing I can advise you to do is make sure you've clicked on the alarm notification bell for when the new stuff is released, and probably just as importantly, or even more so, join the AAR on air website, as a lot of stuff will be channeled through the website from time to time. I will be continuing my close contact with the guys at Vector Air and being involved with them on sourcing and influencing new stuff, and being involved with new companies to help introduce them into the marketplace, and keeping close contact with existing companies to help promote their new products, helping to keep you guys aware of what is out there. Something I've been doing for a while now. Of course, I will continue to be involved in the beast that has become the Green Air Project, and will keep you informed about this from time to time too. I joked at the start about getting older. Well, it has to be said that I have always worked at top speed and always achieved what I set out to achieve. I have lots of life's boxes ticked, Maybe now it's time to just concentrate on the boxes I enjoy most of all without feeling I need to be in high gear all the time. Trying to complete the thankless tasks of trying to please all of the people all of the time that really doesn't work. But I must stress that the vast majority of you guys are hugely supportive and understand what I'm trying to achieve here, and for that I am very, very grateful. Who knows, maybe the trolls will realise I have a delete button and a ban from channel button too, which I have used from time to time. I fully agree with freedom of speech, but insults and aggression is another thing altogether. Not many of you know I have several grandchildren, and it would be nice to be around for them too before they grow up. Don't worry, you haven't got rid of me. I just won't look quite as worn out when you do see me. The only thing to say now is it is Christmas time and it's time to spend it with your friends and family. Before I go off to spend the holidays with my family, I would just like to wish you, my friends, a very Merry Christmas and a healthy and prosperous New Year. And hopefully I'll see you all in 2025. Bye for now.